G'day Eric, how are you mate? This is a week's training. First off here we have deadlifts, 225 kilos for 4 sets of 3. So as you see, that rep just before that kind of got out in front of me a little bit, but managed to pull it back for the last rep. These deadlifts felt a bit crappy. They felt feeling heavy, but I mean they kind of have been the whole cycle, and I just can't really get my head in the game for them. But that's alright. It happens, I guess. This was after 2 days squatting as well, so that was probably a little bit worse than it had been. So this is the same day. This is a Spoto press, 120 kilos for 3 sets of 3. These felt pretty good. Probably looks like it's paused a little bit higher than it should, but I think it looked alright from where I was. Alright, and this is the next day. This is a squat. So this is what I had emailed you about during the week. Last week. Just been playing around with my stance a little bit. So this is the closest stance which I usually do. I kind of just ended up warming up 2 different style of stances just because my back was fatigued, like I kind of said in the email. And the wide stance just felt, well, it always has felt a lot more natural, but I had only changed up to the closest stance, used a closest stance because I had an injury, and for whatever reason that seemed to only really flare up when I was using the wider stance, but it hasn't done that yet. So as for what I have been doing, so this was I only did 1 set with this wider stance on this day because I thought I'd kind of wait for what you said about the whole thing. But these felt a little bit just more different than anything, but it felt strong, like I could feel like I'm using my legs a lot more, as opposed to when the closest stance, it's kind of, I feel like I'm getting a lot from my back, which is not a bad thing, I guess. But, naturally, if I was just to walk out a squat, I do tend to take a wider stance. So it kind of feels like I drop down more, in a straighter path than when I'm in the close stance. I feel like I have to really reach back, and it doesn't feel quite as comfortable. But I mean, in saying that, we'll see how it goes. This is on the same day. This is a top triple with the bench. So this is 125 for a set of 3. That last rep was a little slow, but to be honest, the first 2 reps there moved a lot faster than I thought they would, and I was really happy with them. So it did definitely exceed the RPE that I was supposed to do, so I'd say for me that's about a 10 RPE on the bench. But happy with how those first 2 reps moved, so I guess that's a good thing. Alright, so this is probably a better angle for this sort of wider stance squat. So as you see, it's not actually that wide. It's just kind of what feels a little bit more natural to me. So this is after 2 days off on the Monday. These 160s for 3 sets 7 actually moved really well. I definitely felt like they moved better than the weeks before. So I mean, I guess it shows that there's not much difference between the 2 stances anyway. This just kind of feels a little more natural. This is a side view of that. As you can see, depth's still pretty much the same as where it was with the closer stance. So yeah, I mean, these rep sets felt good. I mean, I guess I'll find out for sure how it goes on Friday with the heavier 4s, but I would probably give it a run with it for a little bit if you think that's a good idea. Like I said, it just feels like I drop down a bit more in a straighter path, as opposed to the closest stance. And then here again, some more squatting. I didn't get any footage of the bench on that day, so this is the next day. Pause squats. These are finally coming back. Feeling good about these. So this is 145, so up again. So I've just taken 5 kilo increments every week, so this is up again 5 kilos from last, and probably, to be fair, just moving pretty much the same as it did last week. So happy about that. Once again, this is that sort of wide stance. I guess it's not really that wide anyway, is it? And then this is bench from yesterday. 112 for 5 sets of 4. These moved pretty smooth. Felt good about this. Bench is feeling alright. There's a little bit of fatigue setting in there, I think, but overall, it's moving good. Probably not as good as I'd like, but that's alright. So overall, good. Just a bit of a change in squat stance. I mean, let me know what you think about that. I know I sort of already emailed you about it, but if you have any more to say on it after watching that footage, let me know. I'm happy to go back to the closer stance if that's what you think is going to get us, the heavier weights. Deadlifts, bit off, but I mean, it just kind of has been last wee while, ever since I've sort of started with you, but I'm sure they'll come right eventually. So probably one other thing I'd like to sort of say is, question was, how are we looking for, because I know it's about 8 training weeks away now until my comp. I'll attach the provisional timetable for that. So that might change, but so that's what they've got us at the moment. So I was just wondering what if you could give me a sort of rundown on the plan to peak into that meet, what we sort of want to do, and maybe if you want to find out anything about how I did my last peak, because I felt like that went pretty good. If you have any questions on that, I'm happy to answer. Apart from that, it all seems pretty good. And I'll catch you up next week, mate. Looking forward to getting stuck into this next 4-week block. Right, cheers.